Giving blood can literally mean the difference between life and death for some patients, but just 4% of those eligible to donate actually do.
Well, to maintain vital blood stocks, the Blood and Transplant Department needs 225,000 new donors every year. So, having never given blood before, Matt Johnson decided to take the plunge ahead of next week's National Blood Week. And if you're a little bit squeamish about blood and needles, which I am a little bit, you might want to look away now.
I'm at the West End Blood Donor Centre in London to give blood for the very first time. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I am slightly nervous. However, knowing that I could save somebody's life in the future makes me feel a whole lot better. The first thing that I have to do is fill out a form with my details, answer some questions and read through the welcome folder. I then sign a document to confirm all my details are correct and have a quick chat with Thomas, my carer for the session.
Basically what this involves is just pricking your finger, taking one drop of blood, putting it in this green solution, seeing if it sinks within 15 seconds without touching the surface.
To check that donating blood won't cause me to become anemic, he tests my haemoglobin level, and as that is all fine, I can now begin to give blood. The part I was least looking forward to was the needle going in, but actually, it didn't hurt at all.
It was good. You didn't scream.
So how much blood will you be taking from me today?
Today we'll be taking 470 millilitres, which is just under a pint. That's it. If you carry on like this, you'll be done in just about 5 or 6 minutes.
Pass on the other way. I think we're nearly done, and I feel absolutely fine. So I'm just about to have some water. Thank you very much. Cheers. And yeah, I feel good. I'm feeling... I thought I'd feel a little bit lightheaded, but no. The machine's telling me it's done, and I feel good. Although my job is over, it's just the beginning for my blood's journey. Within a short space of time of the donation, the blood is collected by a driver and driven to the processing centre. While samples from each donation are sent off to a different department to test for any infection, the bags begin a process to separate the blood. They are first hung up to filter out the white blood cells. They are then packed into a spinning machine called a centrifuge, which splits the blood into different components: red cells, plasma and platelets, ready for another machine which squeezes the components further. Splitting the blood like this means that one donation can help save up to 3 lives. The blood is then stored here until it's taken to its final stop, hospital. It can take as little as 3 days between giving blood and it reaching its final destination, which is why I'm here at St Mary's Hospital to see for first hand how giving blood can not just improve lives, it can save them also. Once the blood arrives at the hospital, it is unpacked and put into a blood storage fridge in the laboratory. The hospital holds a constant store of all blood types at all times. Once the patient's blood group is known, a compatible bag of blood for the patient's blood group will be issued. 17-year-old Toffee Benson has sickle cell anemia. She comes to the hospital once a month to have a blood transfusion which helps to suppress her sickle cell production, as it's these cells that make her unwell. Without this blood, she is at risk of having strokes and a poor quality of life. I donated some blood just a few days ago, and I got to point out this is not my blood right now, because mine's somewhere doing some good somewhere else, hopefully. But does it feel weird at all that you don't know the person's blood that you're having yourself?
No, not really, but then it's sort of like, it's an act of goodness.
So why is it important for people out there to donate their blood?
Because it helps save lives, and it improves lives like mine, like my growth, and just makes me faster, makes life brighter.
As hospitals across England and North Wales need around 7,000 units of blood every day to treat a wide range of health issues, it has never been more important to give blood.
We are always needing blood, so it's absolutely important that anybody who can really should make that effort.
Well, after giving just 5 minutes of my time, not only have I realised how easy it is to donate blood, I realise as well how important it is. So, if this squeamish Welsh lad can do it, so can you.
Absolutely, and earlier on this morning, Holly actually did. We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. We're joined now by Dr. Chris, and also Nurse Jane Williams is here, and Amy, who's just given blood for the first time. Why did you want to do it?
Well, I've been wanting to do it for quite a while actually, but I've just never ever really got around to doing it. So I thought today I'm going to come in here and do it. And do you know what? It was absolutely fine. It really was. Didn't even hurt when it went in the needle. So
How are you feeling now?
All right, actually, yeah,
Right.
it's really, really fine. Yeah, got my nice drink of orange as well. So,
Did you
yeah.
get a biscuit?
I did get a biscuit. We'll have that in a minute.
That was my
so,
favourite
yeah.
How long does it normally take for someone to give blood?
It's usually, on average, about 9 minutes. We can only bleed donors up to 15 minutes, though. With most people, it's up to 9 minutes.
And so how much do you take?
470 mils in the main bag and about 30 mils in the sample pouch.
Okay, and then how much have we got in us?
About 10 pints.
Right, okay,
9 to
so
10
you're
pints.
about a pint, you take about a pint and
We do.
leave 9 behind.
Yes.
Okay.
How often can you have it done? So how, if you want to become
For
a regular...
women, it's every 16 weeks. For men, it's every 12 weeks.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Dr. Chris, are there, I mean there are, obviously we know, there are many reasons why you can't give blood.
Well, I mean, there are two ways to approach this. There are reasons why that people give themselves why I'm not a blood donor. Well, I'm too busy, or I might faint, I'm frightened of needles, or I'm on medication. Okay, that's understandable. But what gets me is, if you go into hospital and they say you've got to have a blood transfusion, 95% of us would say, yeah, that's okay. We're happy to take the blood. But only 4% of us give the blood. So, we take, but we don't give back. Now, there are people who can't give blood, and there are medical reasons for that. So it could be minor things like you've got a chest infection, sore throat, cold sores, could be pregnant, could be on antibiotics. And there are more serious conditions, like you may have had HIV, syphilis, in the past, hepatitis. Even if you've injected drugs once, you can't be taken as a blood donor. So they're quite strict and very safe, of course. But of course, we need more blood donors, with 70,000 units needed every day.
It also revolves around your donation of blood, which part of the world you've actually visited and what you've done whilst you've been there.
Yes, I mean, if you've been in an area where there's been, there's malaria, or even if you've been in contact with infectious diseases in the past month, there are restrictions there. But before you give blood, you do sit down with a quite long questionnaire.
We have a donor health check, screening, and we go through it all, and we also test each donor for the hemoglobin test to check that they're eligible to donate.
I did that earlier on. I mean, it's quite, when you go through the list, there's lots of questions, all about all sorts of areas of your life, actually, that you have to answer.
Yeah, I wonder why they turned me down. It might have been the sexual side. No, it was my age.
We actually were going to show Amy having her blood taken live on the telly, but bizarrely, having your blood taken can affect different people in different ways. Now, I didn't do that earlier on because if I have my blood taken, I get a bit squeamish. So I'm going to do it after the show.
Yes.
Ollie's insisted that the cameras are in here anyway, regardless. But funnily enough, you got...
I'm funnier
bizarrely-
seeing somebody else's. I didn't realise this. I'm not very good with the sight of blood, I don't think, so I didn't look when I had mine and felt fine. Obviously, there you go, they can see me absolutely not looking at what's going on at all.
But feeling great.
But feeling absolutely fine. And then I came in here, and then when I saw Amy's, and I was just like, oh, and it just made me feel a bit funny then. So people all do have different things, I think.
But you guys are all used to that anyway.
Yes,
If someone's
yes.
a little bit I mean, I'm not even remotely nervous. I
Yeah.
know that I probably will feel a bit squeamish, but that's fine. But you guys are used to that.
Yes, we're very used to nervous donors, and we talk through them about doing exercises while they're donating. We give them water to drink, and we encourage them and reassure them that everything's fine.
No, everyone was brilliant with me this morning as well. And can I ask you, how important is it to know your blood type?
Well, I mean, it's not that important medically for the normal, healthy individual. But people do say, look, I'd like to know what blood group, blood type I am. Well, the only way to find out, really, is to be a donor. Because when you're a donor, they test you. Going to your GP saying, I want my blood group testing. Oh, hey, well, hold on. There's nothing wrong with you. The lab won't take this as a simple, innocent request. Be a blood donor, you'll find out.
But if you are a person who has one of the rare blood types, then you're a gold mine.
Yeah, but then you need to find out.
Yes,
Therefore,
so-
become a donor.
Yeah.
Then you'll find out you have an official card confirming your blood type, and yes, you could be very valuable.
What's the most common?
O positive.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I am right. So
But we need, we do need
Yeah.
your blood. We need your blood because that's the one we use the most, isn't
Yeah.
it? The one we give to most
what's the
patients.
rarest?
AB negative.
I don't know what I am. I
You
will
will
find out.
6 weeks.
I
What's
want to
the
be AB negative.
Do you?
I want to be able to, yeah.
You can't change that, I'm
I'm
afraid.
remotely special. Thank you very much indeed. So it's National Blood Week next week, and if you've never given blood, then where do you go?
You can go on the website, the blood website, and you can make an appointment. Just pop your postcode in, and lots of venues will come up, and you can book an appointment.
We'll put that on our website.
Oh no, on
We'll link to yours.
Yes, you can pick that up, and there's lots of sessions all around the country.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you very much.
indeed.
Thank you.
Right, still to come, from celebrating 25 years of comic relief to stressing out about learning his lines, we'll talk to the one and only Lenny Henry. That's next.